Okay, typically I know we start off with the manga manhwa news, but we're changing it up because there was some anime news. There were two of them. One of them I'm really excited about, and like we have to talk about that first before we talk about anything else. Hello friends, happy Monday. So very excited that you're here. I really felt like last week was a very slow week for like manga and anime news. And I think if I'm remembering right, it's because last week was Golden Week and everybody was on holiday. And I hope that like in Japan, I hope it really was a wonderful time for many people and just taking that much needed hiatus and break. It's always so important, so important. But before we go into the manga news, I'm gonna do a little self-promo insert here. We are over halfway into round 2 of my read and review Shoujo spree, and I will leave the link down below if you want to go vote. It's been pretty crazy because one of the anime news that we're going to be talking about, I thought that would be in the like top 5 as it was in round 1, and no, it's barely hanging in there for the 9th, 10th place. But right now for first place, I will just say it's tied. Yes, it's tied between Firefly Wedding and Itoku Vampire's Love Bite. Last round, Nina the Story Bride was trailblazing here, but she is in 3rd place right now. So if you want to keep these manga that you love strong or just go vote for other series, definitely go vote because it has been so exciting. Round 2 is going to be closing either Wednesday night, depending on how the tiebreakers are going, or Thursday morning with round 3 opening at 9 to 10 a.m. on Thursday morning. I'm really excited and I hope that you have been just, I guess, enjoying these little small updates of how everything is going. But let's go ahead and dive into that anime news. It just released this morning. I was so excited, and that is Secrets of the Silent Witch. We already knew we were getting an anime of this. We had like this teaser a few months ago, a few weeks ago, but today we got a full-blown trailer, y'all. It was amazing. It was so good. I'll leave a link here so you can go watch it. Monica looks fantastic. Usually, if I'm reading a manga, and I have actually reviewed the first 3 volumes of this manga because there was not that much excitement in the Shoujosei community, and I was like, okay, what? Why not? And so I went and read it and was hooked, did a review, and absolutely loved it. And I have been eagerly anticipating this anime, and seeing the trailer, I'm even that more excited, okay? I am that even more excited. Like as I was trying to say before, typically if I'm manga only, I don't usually watch the anime, like the Two Perfect Saint. I don't want any spoilers from like the anime since it's way past the manga right now. So I just hold off and will maybe watch it later. But with Secrets of the Silent Witch, oh, I am willing to endure those spoilers to see Monica and all the shenanigans unfold. Highly recommend, especially if you like more of like epic fantasy of sorts. It's just so good. It's fantastic. We also got a new key visual. Monica looks fantastic here as well. And I just feel like my heart is thriving because what either last week or the week before I mentioned in a manga news video that we finally got news of the next manga volume releasing this summer, and I'm like, yes, it is about time. I'm ready to see more things unfolding. I know it's going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing. And for the next little bit of anime news, hopefully that's going to be the same way. And that anime that finally got affirmed, because there were several leaks about that, is In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. Now what I mean that hopefully will be exciting, it is exciting that such a big manga, Shoujosei specifically, is getting on the screen. Like we're going to be able to watch it weekly. That is wonderful. But this is by the same production studio that gave us A Condition Called Love. And while I watched the first episode, I didn't keep up with it. Not because I didn't want to, I haven't done well with keeping up with anime, okay? But I have heard from friends who watched it that it was not good when it came to animation quality at all. Like it just got gradually very worse as it went on. And I don't want that. I mean, I don't want that kind of treatment in general for A Condition Called Love because I love that series, but I don't want it for this series either. So I do hope that there will be some changes, and I really hope that we didn't get a trailer or teaser or anything today. We just got the key visual. I really hope it's very good and rock solid, that it adapts the manga art very well, because I feel like Clear Moonlit Dusk, that is iconic and known for its art. So I hope that that carries over very well. I know there's so many people excited, and I'm excited that we are getting such a huge Shoujosei anime. I mean, first we got Slime Affection that I felt like was really big. Now in the Clear Moonlit Dusk, like, man, it is just a wonderful time to be a Shoujosei fan. But let me tell you, let's go into the manga, manhwa, and webcomics news. Yes, we're going to be covering all 3. Let me tell you, last Sunday, okay, I was just browsing on Amazon in general, and I'm just checking to see series like, okay, do I have all the pre-orders that I want to get written on my spreadsheet? Has any dates changed? Like, let's check all the things. The one I have been checking almost weekly and sort of like dreading at the same time is Raeliana, because, you know, we have all volumes 1 through 8. I think it's back there, right back there. We have volumes 1 through 8 and no news, no signs of volume 9. But today, friends, that changes. We have an official pre-order date from Yen Press. It is on the listing, October 28th of 2025. We are finally getting volume 9 of Why Raeliana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion. I am so excited to see how this series is going to unfold. I have loved it so much. In fact, when I don't think I did an actual manhwa breakdown of what was my favorite manhwa read of 2024. I know that I did the manga breakdown, obviously, but like Raeliana, increasingly with every volume, every new release, it was always up on there. And so I think I said Raeliana and Villains Are Destined to Die, like not the latest volume, I can't remember what it is, the volume before that though, that those two were my favorite reads, because I couldn't say that Raeliana was not one of my favorite manhwa reads just because of how each volume just continued to get better and better. So I hope that this release date does not get pushed back for any single reason, because I need it in my hands. When it came to the licenses that Seven Seas did last week, I really didn't have any personal wins, but I did want to feature a light novel. Yes, a light novel. Typically I don't feature them much, mainly because I don't really read light novels. I have nothing against them. I'm just a slower reader, and I tend to only read my novels when I'm sick. And the only like really big novel that I'm like, I will get is Villains Are Destined to Die. And I've been checking to see when we're getting that cover reveal. Yen Press has been going all out for their other novels. They better go all out. I want to see what they're going to do. They better go all out. I know I said that twice, but that's just how important it is. And I'll be upset if they don't. But anyway, the light novel that I wanted to feature is A Good Day Starts with Cats and Books. Look at this light novel cover. It looks so precious. And when you read just, even if you don't read the full blurb, a cozy bookstore with cats talking about a good day starts with both, that just sounds like a feel-good story. And I'm really, really curious. I was excited to see many people are really interested in this, myself included. I don't think I'll pick it up just because of budgeting issues and not getting everything I want in the budget, but I am very excited about it and wanted to feature it because, again, I think having feel-good reads is important and makes our days better, and this one sounds like it's going to successfully accomplish that. Now, the next two things are going to be about webcomics, which I have sort of wrestled with in the past if I should really feature them, since they're not really under the manga category, but I really do love how a lot of these digital-only webcomics are finally getting printed, and this one, shout out to my friend Coco, she shared about it in her Instagram stories. It's called Nice to Meet You, and I thought the promo image was so incredibly cute. This morning before filming this video, I was like, well, I'm gonna go try the first episode so I could sort of talk about it. Y'all, I read the first 3 and I was hooked. It was so incredibly funny. It's about this girl, her name is Mew. She goes to university, she goes to like a convenience store, and she sees somebody's student ID is on the floor. So she picks it up and she goes and she gives it to the cashier like, hey, whoever's looking for it. And the guy, the owner, his name is Dez, I think his name was. The owner of it though, he comes in, he's like, oh, I think I dropped my student ID. They're like, oh, this girl literally just dropped it off. Here you go. He gets it and he's like, gives a sigh of relief, only to look at the picture and see that it's the girl's student ID. And he's like, oh my gosh. So he's trying to find it and everything, or find the girl so he can get it. Well, it goes over to the girl's perspective, right? She decided to have a little bit of fun and actually switch up their student IDs just because she wanted some excitement in her life. But the problem is now is because she did this, neither Mew nor Dez can actually take their exams or get their, I guess like in the story, it's very expensive to get your student ID replaced, which I was like, I am so sorry because that sounds horrendous. So they can't get a new one right away and they can't take their exams and just chaos ensues. I think it was in episode 3 or like at the end of episode 2 of everything that goes down with this student ID with her meeting these guys, and it was great, y'all. It was great. I had such a fun time just with these first 3 chapters. I'm really feeling and leaning towards picking this up physically. I think what I'm gonna do though before I actually commit is I'm gonna read more because I loved it. I love the art style. It was really cute. I love the characters, and I'm really excited to see where the story goes because it just seems like an absolute blast, and I had to feature it. I hadn't heard any news anywhere else, so I'm so glad that my friend Coco shared about it because I've never heard of this story before, and it is completed. I don't know how many chapters. I didn't look at that, but man, I am seated. It just seems so great. And if you are a fan of webcomics and you actively keep up with them, this is sort of old news because because I saved a friend's tweet from Twitter at the beginning of April, and I've sort of just been wrestling where to put it because it never seemed to fit anywhere, but today felt like the perfect time. And if you're a fan of the series called Raven Saga, well, guess what? That is getting physically printed as well, and it is coming out in January of 2026. I'm not really sure about Nice to Meet You, but with Raven Saga, it is confirmed. There's already a listing up, and I am so curious about this. So I originally heard about it from my friend. I hope I'm remembering her name right. I think it's Hadassah, and she had mentioned, like, if you need a new webcomic to read, I suggest checking out this. It's very wholesome. It's a lot of fun. It's a fantasy story. And I was like, okay, I put it like on my TBR, but I really didn't think much about it because I only like read 2 or 3 webcomics per week, and that's it, because otherwise it gets too much and overwhelming. But then I saw the news and I was like, okay, I need to go investigate. Unfortunately, I still have not read it, but I did read, and I wish I would have bookmarked it. I just read last week, somebody did an interview with the creator and she was sharing more about this series. And I will mention that while the series is completed on WebToons, the creator has said that at some point, she hasn't given a timeline, she would like to return to the series and continue it. I hope that the story on WebToons is actually completed and it doesn't like end at this cliffhanger kind of spot, because that would just be horrible. That would just be horrible. I don't know, but I guess if you're looking for something that has some Studio Ghibli vibes, you like fairy tales, and you like wholesome romance, strong chances are you are going to enjoy this. And again, it's on WebToons, both of these are, so if you want to go check them out as well, definitely go look into it. On the theme of WebToons, and then we'll go back to the manhwa/manga, I was really shocked to see somebody in my Discord server share that Fullmetal Alchemist is coming to WebToons, and it officially is at this time. It's coming though as a colored webcomic, and I was really bummed. So I've actually read the manga. I reviewed it several years ago. I didn't know anything about Fullmetal Alchemist before that time. Like, I really hadn't seen any spoilers, and if I did see things, I totally didn't get the context whatsoever. And so it was really exciting to actually order that series blind. I loved it. It was incredible. And so since it's been so long for me, I really was hoping like I could go read it on WebToons. Like, this is perfect. It's free. It's colored. Win-win situation, because I love colored manga. But the experience was not nearly the same as when I read it in black and white format. I don't know where that disconnect came in for me. Everything is the same. It's just literally in, you know, a webcomic form. So if you've been wanting to reread this series and you want a colored edition, because the coloring did look really good, but it's there, friends. And I just had to share it with you because, yeah, I really did love it. And I was like, man, I guess I'm gonna have to go check out the library copies again and come back to the story that way. But let's go back into the manhwa and manga news. I only have 2 here, and they're not, we have these series in English, but these are specifically about Japanese related products, because let me tell you, you guys know, or if you don't know, I love merch. I love merch a lot. I really love fan-made merch specifically, but when we get the real deal merch, I'm all over that as well. And while I'm not reading this series, I'm going to feature first Under the Oak Tree. Let me just show you this beautiful acrylic stand that's coming with volume 3 in Japan. Absolutely stunning, beautiful. I love how the leads look here. And I was like, you know what? I'm sure somebody watching this video is gonna be like, I am a huge fan of this series and I would love to get this, and I want to make sure you don't miss that opportunity. You can go to the link that they have. I'm assuming you could use, I mean, you'll have to use a proxy for sure since it's coming from Japan, but I'm hopefully, like, the proxy I use is called From Japan, like that's the actual website. And I think if you use the listing on this website, Melon Books, and you put it in From Japan, you could go that way. I mean, I know there's other things like Bai, but I don't know how to use all of those, so I just stick with From Japan, honestly. But yeah, and it also, there is an illustration card if you're interested as well, but that acrylic stand is beautiful. And part of why I wanted to mention this is because Dive a Female Lead, unfortunately, it's been announced, I think we talked about this already, that volume 11 is the final volume and it's releasing in Japan. But I saw the news from the creator on her Twitter page with this really beautiful image here. I absolutely loved it, that there's going to be a special edition that's going to come with an acrylic stand. And I said, oh man, so that's for me. That's for me. I was like, I don't need it, because I talked about that with Villains Are Destined to Die in last week with the collector's French box edition here. I was like, I'm not looking up any links, and there is a link in the second link after, or in the second tweet, and I'm like, I really want it. So if you're also a fan of this series and you want to get the special edition just so you can get that acrylic standee, there's no pictures or anything, the pre-order date is up, but also a listing is up for you to go check it out. And I want it, y'all. I want it, but I don't know if I need it. I don't need it, but I want it. I want it. Now, if none of these styles are really anything that you're personally interested in, well, I've got good news for you. 7C's put up their reader survey for May, and you can go on there, tell them what genres that you're interested in, what releases you're excited for, and of course, as always, tell them what manga, manhwa, webtoons, light novel, all of those. Tell them what you would love to see licensed in English. I'm struggling a little bit. I struggle with this one because I have been requesting the vampire manga for all of this year, I think it was, but now it's on K-Manga as, I forget, I talked about last week, but it's like the situationship. It's been on there, okay? And I was like, well, can I technically request it because it is technically licensed in English, even if it's digital and on a platform and not as an ebook? And one of my friends like, yeah, you probably could. I said, well, next month I will be doing that. But I can tell you from Manhwa though, How to Win My Husband Over. I do not understand how we do not have this series in English physically. Like, I am beyond baffled. I feel like when we think, or at least for me, in my realm of influence and just when I'm on social media in general, even if it's not even part of people I follow or know, I feel like this is one of the biggest manhwa series out there right now. And I don't understand why we don't have it physically. Yes, I know it's on Tapas, and I did try reading on Tapas, but you had to wait a week per episode, and I said, no can do, buddy, no can do. I'm not this patient for this right now. And I told myself, and I've told friends, I want to read it. But I'm waiting for a physical copy. I'm waiting for a physical license, and there has been no news. No news. And so I'm hoping. I put that on there. I'm like, I'll be putting that on there every month because I've been sort of going back and forth between Marry My Husband and The Dragon King's Bride because I love both of those. And I've been going back and forth with those, but I'm like, I've got to put How to Win My Husband Over. I was like, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm like, I'm seeing people request it on Yen Press's tweet, 7C's tweet, and Inklore as well. Like, I'm seeing it on a variety of publishers' tweets here. People asking for it. So I'm like, please, let this summer be the summer we get a license for it. So yeah, if you want to go put in your request and let them know what you're excited for and would love to see licensed in English, definitely go do that. Last but not least, we're going to be talking about several cover reveals. The first one, we're going to start off with Manhwa. I guess there was a theme for today's video, and that's Manhwa focus. And that is volume 2 of The Villainess is a Marionette. I recently just finished volume 1, and the art of this series is absolutely stunning. I'm actually on a struggle bus right now because my rule is I cannot be buying things just for the art alone. Like, I can't do that. But this series makes me want to break that rule because I like the story, but the art is just so breathtaking. And the female lead, she is, I don't know if cunning is the right word, but she's very strategic, and you can tell she is playing everybody to her tune, and it is very, very interesting to see. So I love this volume cover. I think it's very beautiful of the male lead, maybe? I'm not really sure. I feel like the female lead's brother is more of the male lead, but I don't really know if that's accurate either because we get, for this guy that's on the cover, we do get some of his perspective as well. So I don't know who the male lead is, but he seems to be a love interest at that. I was like, I hope that the female lead, I hope she falls for him very quickly and very soon, which may seem bad, but yeah, I'm all for it in that romance department. And the next one is coming from Yen Press, and that is Your Forma Volume 3 of the manga. I'm very, very excited that we're getting this. I just pre-ordered my copy the other day, and I'm excited to see how it unfolds, so I hope it's not super painful because Volume 2 had some painful moments, y'all, and I was like, this is hard, this is hard. It's very good, though. It's very good. I do have a first impression of Volume 1 of the manga. Very underrated, but such a wonderful series. Next up are a few Viz and Shoujo Beat titles, and I can't remember if we have already talked about the cover reveal for this one, but it's so cute that I'm like, we could talk about it again, and that is Volume 3 of A Star Brighter Than the Sun. I love how cute they look here. They look adorable. I also have a first impression up of the Volume 1. Beautiful series. Really excited to read more. We did get an anime announcement of this, and I am seated to see them on screen and seated to see more of their story unfold on the manga. The next one is a really big deal, and that's Volume 3 of Not Your Idol. We got Volumes 1 and 2 in English, and the series went on hiatus, and a lot of people worried, are we even going to get Volume 3 in English? And now it has been confirmed, I guess you would say, with this cover reveal that we are in fact getting it. I loved Volume 1. I did not like Volume 2 though, and I'm very unsure and hesitant to get Volume 3, but this cover is just beautiful. It is so sparkly. I am curious to see where it goes, but there were a few triggering things in Volume 2 that I just said, no, I can't go where it seems you're going, but I don't know if that's actually the direction it's going in Volume 3. So if you have been wanting to be back in this series, your time is coming. I forget when they said this is coming out in October, so stay tuned for October so that you can get your copy of Volume 3. For the last two I'll have, they're not by the same publisher, they're two different ones, but the next one is Always a Catch of Volume 3, and I'm loving loving this series. I love how cute our leads look here, and I am excited to be back with these characters. Goes on sale in June. I'm like, yes, give it to me. I'm ready. I love this series. I know I said that twice, but it is such a fun one, and I would highly recommend it. And for the last one that I think is going to equally be just as fun is Plus Size Misadventures in Love. Look how adorable this cover is of volume 2. It is so playful, so fun. They look super cute, and that cover I just could not get enough of. And I was like, I have to share it when I saw that the listing has been up, but there was no official cover for it. But now there is, and it's so cute, and I can't wait to read it. And obviously I can't wait to read a lot of these things. So much manhwa, webcomics, and it is just so wonderful. All of the things. But let me know, were you excited for the anime announcement of In the Clear Moonlit Dusk? Are there any of these cover reveals that you're excited for because you've been reading the series? Let me know down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!